Guys, welcome to yet another episode where we are going to move all the way from Nyeri to Nanyuki. And on this, I started my recording at a place called Chaka, whereby we are taking a route through the Nyeribo airstrip, and Nyeri is on the other side where the blue truckers come from. Ahead of us is our road A1, which is the international road between Kenya, and Ethiopia, the Great North Road. And on this, we were on our way. The views were clear. The day was fine for travel, and it was quite amazing. So it's a good route to take if it's for a road trip. And on our way here, there were some recruits from Kiganjo Police Academy who were training along the way. So there were many of them who passed by as we proceeded to our journey in Nanyuki. As you can see, it's a good place if you go for a road trip. It's a good place also for solo travels. Sooner or later, we were in Narumoru, town in between Nyeri and Nanyuki. Very nice place. A few minutes later, we were in Nanyuki, and this is the equator where it passes through Nanyuki. So the town is along the equator. Soon we were in the town, now moving from one street to the other. One of the things I was looking for was for lunch. So I brought it one of the many Swahili hotels I ate at around 350 shillings, and soon we were on to this mall called the Cedar Mall, trying to see what they can offer. And so it was amazing. I had a walk through the corridors, but it was quite unfortunate that most of the shops in the mall were not open. So I decided not to bother much about it, but I had to walk around to see or to move to every corner of the mall. As you can see, most of them were closed, and some of the stalls or the rooms were empty. They were not occupied by the business people. So I walked for some minutes. There's a supermarket on the ground floor here, which I think is the Quick Mart. So you can get it there. It's a nice place. You can set your business, but it's like the people of Nanyuki have not embraced the idea of malls. So that's why maybe we don't have so many shops in this area. So I decided, let me move out so that I can be able to capture the rest of the town, to have a vlog in the town. So I got out, and outside it has a nice parking space. As you can see, it's along the road and therefore suitable for those who are traveling using their cars, and also for those who are using even the matatus. It's quite accessible, and it's near the town. It's not far from the CBD, or the Central Business District of Nanyuki, if there is. So I was on the highway again, now heading towards the town center of Nanyuki. And here it's quite nice, good views on the foreground there. On the background, not the foreground, is where we have Mount Kenya. It's covered with clouds, so you may not be able to see it. So the town is clean, as I can see. The area is awesome. It's a good area to have a walk in, also to refresh. It's a cosmopolitan, and if I can give a brief history of this town, is that the town Nanyuki was named after the Enkare Nanyuki, which means river with the river of blood, whereby they were referring to the water which was flowing in the river Nanyuki, which contained red water because of the red soil in the area. That was by the Maasai, who were occupying the plains of the Laikipia plains, where Nanyuki is situated. Thereafter, there was a colonial government which came, then they started developing the area by first setting up the railway line, which had a terminus at this point, hence giving the town Mwisho wa Lami. So this is the town where the branch from Nairobi all the way to Nanyuki reaches to the end here in Nanyuki. And it's working, by the way, so you can sometimes use a train from Nairobi, though it will take quite a while. Again, the town has developed. It's one of the major towns in Kenya. There is a park here at the center of the town, which is quite good for relaxing and also for content creation. If you are a content creator also, it's good for photography. As you can see, the streets are clean, as I had said earlier, and also the area is welcoming. There is a lot of food here. There are many hotels, there are many accommodations here, and also there are many ways in which you can move around the town. There is boda, there is taxis, and there is every form of transport which you can think of. So it's a nice area whereby you can come and enjoy. So this is where this is the street where on the left side we have the park, and on the other side we have the bus stop. So the streets also are nice, as you can see. It's a developing town, therefore there are many businesses here. There's booming constructions taking place all over, meaning that in the next few years this town is going to be the biggest town. Again, back to the history of the town. This town also is where we find the military bases are, the Air Force. They have their air base here. We also have the Batuk, the British training area in Nanyuki. Also it is here. Also it has quite, for my time when I was there, I saw 2 malls. So it's a good trading center. But the Nanyuki Mall, I think, is smaller than the Cedar Mall, because most of the Nanyuki Mall is occupied by a supermarket. Therefore, it may not be such big as the Cedar Mall. Those are the two which I saw, or maybe the main ones, if there are other smaller malls. But I think it's a good place. Also, this place, I think security-wise, it's okay, as you can walk around, no mugging, no phone snatching. It's a good place. The streets are not that lonely. You can walk around, and there are many streets. Surprisingly, there are many streets in this town, unlike what I was imagining. And you have so many streets, so you can pass around through many streets in this town. Another interesting factor about Nanyuki is that it's a cosmopolitan, whereby there are people from different parts of Kenya and also different parts of the world. As we had said earlier, there is the British training ground, so you will interact with more British people. There are also other people from other parts of Kenya. You can find the people from Northeastern, the people from Nyanza, the people from Coast. All of them are there, and even we have many Swahili dishes. For the first time, I saw a hotel which was selling camel meat, which in my next adventure in Nanyuki, I'll have to test it. Another interesting thing about Nanyuki is that there is this school which is in the CBD, or in the town center, Nanyuki Primary School. It is in the town center. It is on the left of this. As you can see on this fence, which is this area which is fenced by the iron sheets, within some Duracoat. You can see Nanyuki Primary School. So it's in the town center. Something interesting. But I don't know how they operate with all the noise from the border, from the vehicles, the engines, and all that. But it's a good initiative. Maybe probably they had said it when the town was small, but I think it's good it's moved from this place because of the noise and all that. Also here, the other interesting fact I've seen in Nanyuki is that we don't have so many roadside sellers. Even if there are some few like these ones, there are not that many in the town. Like in other towns, you may find there are many roadside sellers with some small vibandas, but for this town, there are quite few, and also the area looks organized and clean. So it's a nice place to visit, a nice place to live. Also in Nanyuki, there's places which I was unable to be in, like the war cemetery, which I may visit next time, the Nanyuki Air Base, whereby we have an airstrip. I was also unable to go there for now. So guys, that is more and more about Nanyuki. So keep subscribing and like, share, comment, and tell your friends to tell a friend, tell another friend to like, share, subscribe, so that we can be able to reach more. Thank you.